We're the place where we really dig into stories that look simple at first glance, but often, hide some genuinely surprising twists. Today, we're tackling Tesla's Robotaxi service expansion. You've probably seen the headlines flashing across your feeds. Tesla Robotaxis expanding, and maybe you thought, okay, great, full autonomy, it's really happening now.
Okay.
But like always, the real story is, well, a bit more complicated. So our mission today is to peel back those layers. We've got a really interesting news article to guide us. We're going to figure out what makes this specific expansion not just noteworthy, but honestly pretty unexpected. We'll get into the regulatory stuff, what driverless even means here, and, the bigger picture for self-driving cars.
Exactly. This deep dive is going to show, I think, how deploying this kind of cutting-edge tech in the real world, it's always this complex mix. You've got the innovation, sure, but also public perception, and crucially, the rules and regulations.
Okay, let's unpack this then, because the detail that really jumped out at me, and it feels, I don't know, almost backwards for a robotaxi, is that these vehicles in San Francisco, they actually come with a human driver right now.
Yeah, that's the key detail.
So let's start big picture. Tesla's Robotaxi service is officially live in the San Francisco Bay Area. That part's true. It's the second city after Austin, Texas, where they started earlier. And the news definitely gives this impression, right, of driverless Model Ys just cruising around everywhere.
Well, the headlines certainly suggest rapid progress. And, from purely a tech ambition perspective, moving from just one pilot city to another major metro area this quickly, that's pretty remarkable in itself.
But like we said, there's this really critical difference, almost a paradox maybe, between Austin and San Francisco. Our source mentions that in Austin, you'd have a safety monitor, but they're sitting in the passenger seat. Here in San Francisco, though, the robotaxis have a safety driver behind the steering wheel. So when you hear robotaxi, but then you hear human driver behind the wheel, what does that immediately signal to you?
It tells us right away we're not looking at pure, unassisted autonomy. Not in the way most people probably picture a robotaxi anyway. This difference, it points straight to the regulations. It seems Tesla just doesn't have the green light yet in California.
Right.
All the necessary approvals, to run paid taxi rides without anyone driving. It's a really stark example of how the legal side can actually define how a technology gets used.
Right. And it's not just a small detail they're waiting on. The article is quite clear. Tesla does hold a transportation charter permit from the California Public Utilities Commission, the CPUC. That lets them carry passengers, okay, but in a non-autonomous vehicle, meaning with a driver. But here's the kicker. They apparently have yet to apply for the permits required to test and deploy driverless taxis in the state.
It's almost like they're operating under a totally different service category for now.
Essentially, yes. It's a workaround, perhaps, to get boots, or rather wheels, on the ground.
So moving